Ultimate professional.
Lloyd?
Mate, I'm looking forward to that cake.
I am. I'm fucking starving.
Starving.
Yes.
What do you reckon's in it?
I reckon it's got Victory oats.
Does Jeff Tuttleby have an OnlyFans page?
Maybe he might do. He might have a for his cooking. You don't know, do you? Yeah.
Every fisherman and their dog seems to have an OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
I'm doing a bit of an intro here, can you tell?
Yes. Yes. Does that taste good? Yeah. I better taste my cake. It's
Has John Price got an OnlyFans page?
he has now. Victory winning cake.
Victory. This is what victory tastes like. What have you done with your mic? It's right in your head.
That's all right. Might make it look better.
All right. Should we start? Episode 12?
Something like that.
We'll make it up.
Tell you what, that is good cake.
Okay.
Very good cake, Jeff.
Well, welcome everybody to, we think, episode 12 of Tales from the Tackle Shop. And we're eating... We're eating the cake of victory.
Always good.
Do you reckon hot rods know what this tastes like?
What, Victory? No comment. I won't lower myself to that.
Yet. Right, so we normally kick off with a bit of pace in the podcast, but we've gone very slow because we're eating. So I'm going to have to do something with the volume so our chops aren't coming over the loudspeakers. Guys, we have got a lot to talk about. I'm going to go through all the content we got on this one so you know what's coming up. We went to Dynamite Baits, or Rapala VMC Dynamite Baits, last week. We'll talk about that in a moment. So we've got a nice 10-minute section there of Alex with, oh my lord,
Mark Baker.
Mark Baker. What an interesting guy who's developed loads of different baits over the years. So we'll drop that in a sec. That's really good. I really enjoyed that trip. Alex has got our certificate, which we'll talk about later, from the very kind gentleman at Peterborough District, who aren't taking the mick over much.
It was cancelled this week, isn't it?
Because it was cancelled. Well, mate, would they have turned up with the wind? That was sorted out.
Might have been 4 chip shoppings on the trot. Who knows?
Which one, Goodrum or Mole?
Goodrum.
Goodrum. He's good with a feeder, mate.
Is it?
In well, his hotel's me. Sort of April time on a lake.
Good on them pegs I had.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Have you got an OnlyFans page?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Yet.
Well,
You heard that here. Phone's on
maybe
silent.
I'm Peterborough's only fan.
Obviously, we got the local Winter League results, or non-results, but round up. We're not sure what we're going to get from the guys nationally, because obviously Storm, Dara, did I say it right? Dara, knackered all the fish in. And we need to talk about Tuts' cake.
Well,
so Jeff Tuttleby.
that was mega. I was going to put it in the shop, but they ain't going to the shop. That's too good to go to the shop.
Mate, I don't normally eat cake. It's a cow's cake.
Good. Very good.
Jeff Tuttleby, you legend. So Alex stole Jeff Tuttleby from Peterborough last year
Apparently so, yeah.
to captain your...
Tackle and Bait select team. Yeah.
And I think, having had this cake, it was a very good move.
I think so. It was worth the cake, wasn't it?
It was definitely worth the cake, mate. I mean, I think he's
That's the only way he could get his team there on Sunday was, even if the match was cancelled, we'll just share the cake. So, yeah.
Doesn't matter, does it?
No.
Jeff, have you eaten yours?
Yeah.
God. That's because I'm talking. Right. Sorry, I keep slapping my lips over the mic. Before we do that, though, we do need to talk about a bargain we've got for people, which I think would make a really good Christmas present.
Yeah.
So when we went to... Mate, you've got crumbs on the sofa.
That's you,
That's yours, definitely. We went to Rapala, VMC, Dynamite Baits. Why do I keep wanting to say mainline?
Don't
Did
know.
they ever have anything to do with mainline?
No, absolutely not.
I'm just mad, aren't
Probably offending everyone now.
I? Again, I did last week, didn't I? I kept mentioning mainline. When we went to Dynamite Baits last week, we got some rod and reel combos. The guys were showing me these, and I said, Kuma reels, they're plastic crap. Bit wrong, really. They do have some low budget reels, which I think we've been subjected to in the past, and not great.
I think what with Akuma, we see it as a cheap end reel because they're the only reels we've been shown.
Yeah,
It's like Akuma are like one of the biggest reel manufacturers in the world.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and you know their top end reels are just the same as Daiwa, Shimano. You know the technology's the same. They make rods, but I think because Akuma's always been sort of brought to us at that entry level price point type brand.
Like when we were kids with
We
Skoda
don't
cars.
associate it with anything. Yeah, same with the Skoda and BMW now, and
Yeah.
you know, it's good gear, really good gear.
Just so everyone knows, I've been having hot chocolate with my cake, and it's very nice. Alex has had his, he's drunk his already.
Yeah.
You're right. Pass me that rod and reel, please, bud.
Okay.
So, I was showing these last week, and it blew my mind, really. This is the Akuma ITX 3000H. You're not going to see it on the podcast, because I can't show it to you, but that's a reel that was retailing for over £100. And when I picked it up, I thought, that's it felt very similar to my Daiwa Ballistics, a little bit heavier, but the same kind of like, there's just wrapped braid everywhere. What have we done?
What are you doing?
I don't know. Knackered it with a braid.
Oh,
I'll
what are you doing?
let Alex loose with it once, and we got braid everywhere. We'll sort that in a minute.
Match angler.
Yeah. Anyway, I was amazed how good these reels are. Long story short, we've picked up a few of these sets, and you can get a reel that was retailing for over £100. They dropped down to 90 because they're this year's stock that are now being superseded. But you can pick up that reel and this Perch Psycho rod. That's a 3 to 18 gram rod, and we're going to do them at 99 quid. So the rod's 80 quid, the reel's now at 90. So if somebody wants a crimbo present for a kind of light perch, sort of, I call it a medium perch reservoir setup, or you can even use it for drop shotting. You could use it for, I'm going to try and use it for some light sander fishing as well. This would be a perfect gift to get somebody because basically you're getting a lot of gear for not much money. So if you want a rod and reel combo, get in touch with Alex.
Yep.
Alex is
They're ideal for fishing March and even like just outside here, aren't they? If you
well, if you're into your lure fishing, you just want one rod to take for that sort of fishing, this one would be perfect. You could chuck some small shads, you could drop shot. Obviously, if you're going to drop shot properly, you want something slightly lighter. But I was amazed how good the finish were, even on the rods.
lovely, aren't they?
They are nice. And it just shows you that the quality of tackle is increasing for the money you get these days.
It's frightening.
It is.
Absolutely frightening.
So there we go, guys. So we've got some 3,000 and some 4,000 reels. Match them up with the rods. They're pretty
But that wasn't
perfect.
the only thing we that was brilliant at the visiting Dynamite, was it?
Well, you got that bag. You were talking about the bag combo that you got, the keep nets.
Well, there was all sorts. Obviously, there was some new products. There was some new ready pellets in the tub, which will be really good for anglers that are just literally grabbing a tub off the shelf, going method feed fishing or whatever, nice and soft, ready done. They'll be very popular, those. I think they're doing like a banoffee and then a sort of a sweet one, another sweet one. There was obviously some other new products from Dynamite, but Dynamite's Dynamite, you know, tried and tested swim stim range, frenzied hemp range. I think we've done a video which you could put in, can't you, and show everyone.
Yeah, we'll drop that in a minute. We went around the factory, which we weren't allowed to
Yes,
video for
no.
obvious reasons. But I think all their secrets would be lost on me anyway. Because I wouldn't know
It was amazing how many boilies were being made, wasn't it?
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was tons and tons.
Literally tons of boilies.
Yeah. And it was all sort of up to regulations with packaging and everything like that. I know they spent a lot of money over the years in bringing the packaging up to the eco-friendly and stuff. All the tins and that's all cooked in house. It was brilliant to go and watch.
There was two things that I learned. One, well, obviously more than two things, but two things stuck in my head. I didn't realise the hemp situation, where the high quality hemp's going into the cosmetic industry. Didn't know, and that's why you guys are struggling.
We are struggling big time for some quality hemp.
because that's, guys, it's being sucked in, and because they get more money for it. So you can understand why. And secondly, wasn't it nice to see the product still being put together by hand? Which was very similar to when we went around the dye factory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we went around the dye factory. There was ladies still whipping on ice by hand to get that higher quality finish, and they were being. I always tickled me pink with that. The supervisor going around and checking their work, like the headmistress. And then at Dynamite, they had a lot of products being completed by hand still. People
That's
just
it. Yeah. All the liquids and wafters and everything was measured out.
And it felt like a community as well.
Oh yeah,
Didn't it? It was like a family
did,
of people working together. It was a really nice place to go.
And a lot of the staff are generally anglers, aren't they?
Well, talking to the two CEOs, you wouldn't know, would you? They were just like normal guys, are sitting with everybody else, just getting on with it. And I just thought it was a really cool place to go. Should we drop in the ground bait section with?
That was Mr. Baker.
Mark
yes.
Baker, very. Yeah. It was really interesting to listen to him. Anyway, I'll let him talk. Let's get on with it.
So, we are at Copgrave at the Dynamite Baits factory today with Mark Baker, the man behind some very popular ground baits and pellets that we sell in the shop. And how many years have you been in?
13 years.
13 years, wow. So
all in product development.
Yeah. And Andy was just saying, how did you get into it? Can you talk about that sort of?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose a bit by luck, really, and people that I knew. So, fresh out of school, I did 3 years sort of chefing, and then got into the government and customer services. Always a keen angler, love my match fishing. And then really it's through friends, people who work here beforehand, that an opportunity came up to work in product development alongside a colleague then. And got in the door, got the opportunity. Worked in that position for about 3 years, and then took over the department, opportunity to run the department. And that's where we are now, yeah. So
Brilliant. So the Swim Steam Green is probably my best-selling range of pellets and ground bait.
Yep.
How many years has Dynamite been doing that now?
Well, I would say you must be knocking about 20 years.
Yeah, that just goes to show how many fish it's caught over the years, and people are confident in it. It's like everyone has a favourite float and stuff like that. An angler comes in the shop, I need a ground bait to catch some carp, method feed or whatever. It's like straight away you just pick that one up. It's sort of a cult ground bait, isn't it?
Yeah, it's your call. With our swim stim as well, also I'd say that we were the first main real commercial bait offering for the, you know, the...
and the bright packaging.
Yeah, we're absolutely well known for our bright packaging.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But as commercials sort of came popular, that's when we came out of the swim stim with the koi technology and the pellet.
Brilliant. And obviously the Swim Steam Green, most people make their own paste out of that, and they're putting eggs in it years ago, and CSL liquid, and everyone made their own sort of version of it, and it's brilliant ground bait. So the next two down, obviously the red krill, that was probably what, 2018 would that be?
The red krill came 2012-13.
Oh right.
Yeah, so this was a product that our then consultant Mark Pollard had spoke to me about.
Yeah.
I think we're probably about a year after Sonu had launched, and I'm really glad we jumped on it.
Yeah.
We first came with a ground bait that we did in a May launch, like a summer launch, and then we went into the pellets later on in the year and grown really successful range.
Yeah. The ground bait, I mean, especially for like your dead maggots and mudline fishing, it's just perfect mix for that overwet ground bait, sort of sandcastle it in, that sort of effect.
Exactly that, yeah.
Still now it's sort of brilliant ground bait. And then sort of the marginy mix, which is that one there, that's like your newer one. It's sort of an upgraded version of that for edge fishing, would you say?
Absolutely. So
it's designated for that.
Yeah, a lot of our ground baits you can mix and make them inert, so they can be used for margins and got big particles in. That was a product that I worked with Andy Kinder on, who specifically wanted, he had an idea of what he wanted. And what we've done there is we've sort of hybridised our carp technology, so taking what we know from the boilie world and putting it into a ground bait. So again, it should be big and inert, particles, lots of attractants that will leak out to pull fish in, but at the same time sort of keep them tails up and feeding. For the carp boys, we could say what exactly it is, but if you smell it and you're a carp angler, I think you'll put two and two together and work out what it is. But one of our very successful boilie ranges.
Yeah, brilliant. So the F1 suite, I would say the 2mm pellets are probably second to the Swim Steam Green as best sellers in the shop. You can do anything you want with that. You can put them on a method pellet, method feeder, cage feeding, feed them loose, whatever. And the key thing is when you put water with them is the dye that comes off it. that for me, you could add, you know, whatever pellets to that, and it still goes that bright yellowy colour.
Yes.
Do you think when that's on the bottom, you're getting that colour coming out of the pellets as like an added attraction?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a massive believer in flavours and a massive believer in colours.
Yeah.
I just think when we're all fishing and it's all the same bait on all the same lines, you've got to do something that gives you a bit of difference. So they certainly will. It will leak out the colour, but it will also maintain the colour as well. So they're not going to wash out in half an hour, but they'll do enough. And I always think, especially when the fishing's hard, the fish might be sat 4 foot off the bottom. It will just give them something that will eventually provoke them to go down and have a look at.
Yeah, because obviously when you get the old yellow on your hands. And it's a really good ground bait. Obviously the milled expander for like your winter fishing, for F1 fishing. And obviously the new 2 kilo bags have been very popular. Obviously the size, and there's more fish meal content in there. Yeah,
so we added the feeder range, which we did to Europe first upon their request. And it's something that a few of the anglers in the UK have trialled. For places like Ferry Meadows, specifically originally for the bream, but now getting onto the carp as well. So the difference is larger particles and more fish meal content. So there's fish meal in all the swim stim range. However, there's more in it, specifically in the feeder ground bait, and also in the commercial silverfish. There's a really heavy allocation of fish meal in there. That's the one that I would pitch sort of alongside, dare I say, like your Thatchers or something. It's a heavy fish meal mix.
More sort of skimmer dominated.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it says silverfish. It's commercial side. When you're commercial silverfishing, although you want everything, it's skimmers that's specifically targeted at.
Even like on a flooded river where you want that strong fish meal, it'd be ideal for that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Frenzied Match Black, the fine. Now, again, that's one of my best sellers, being where we are with the shop and stuff like that. I know you guys sell loads of the caster meal and the worm meal, but the Match Black is, well, it is full of hemp, isn't it?
It's absolutely full of hemp. So the Match Black and the original is actually exactly the same mix, other than you've got the dye in the black that will darken it down, and the black's a little bit finer. But apart from that, ridiculous amount of milled hemp in there. So you got just milled hemp, you got what we call GPH, which is ground pressed hemp. And then you're going to have an element of crumb and biscuit meal as well in there. Which is perfect for the silverfish.
I mean, when you're using that ground bait, always on the drains you get sort of a still, flat sort of surface. And say, for example, you're not catching a lot, you get a lot of migratory fish, so you perhaps for an hour you're not catching. When I've ever used that ground bait, you know when the fish are in your peg because your ground bait activates instantly. And it is literally like friendly. It is like, does it exactly what it says on the tin. You can see the particles where the roach are in and out.
Yeah, 100%.
And they're obviously eating it as well. Yeah, they're really good ground bait. And then the Silver X range.
Yes.
It's it does exactly what it says on the bag.
Silver X has been out a long time now. What we've done recently is we've changed the labels. We did that one for the UK angler, but also for the export angler. Just updating them labels, the uplift in sales, because it just becomes so easy. Someone goes fishing, you know your lake's got bream in, you know your lake's got roach in, whatever. You can just see straight away what you want there. Classic range, been around more than I've been here. And selling really well.
Good. And obviously all your expanders, ready-made pastes. Durable hookers, were you behind these?
Yeah, the durable hookers is something that we took from, because we sell all over the world, we were doing soft durable pellets for our export market. In fact, we're doing like a trout bait. And it was from that technology that we then hybridized it with some pellet ingredients and put it through our boiler extruders to come up with this product. And that is amazing. How many times you've gone out to 16 meters and a bit of wind with an expander, and as you've just gone to present it, it's bobbed off, or a roach has pecked it off. You just nick these on, they will stay on.
Fish them on a waggler.
Fish them on a waggler, exactly. So again, for someone a novice who's learning, and you're whipping out a cast, that will stay on.
And obviously this year you brought out, well, last year, the 3 new flavours, at Tootie, sweet corn.
Yeah, so this is obviously the swim stim range that we offer them at the moment, and at the end there you've got the big fish range. So the big fish range is growing as well. Again, it's sort of pleasure angler, but it's growing, and because durables are just doing so well. I mean, I think we just have that market in that soft pellet market. You know, we will expand it on flavours.
And the pellet soaks, they are very, very popular.
These pellet soaks are, you know, I puffed my chest out. It's one of these ones where we say, what an invention.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're fishing Lindholm or Hayfield, any of them, all the other lakes where it's just their pellets.
Yeah.
And at that point, then I will add that. You shake it up, put it all in there, let them soak in for 30 minutes, and then you are just fishing an F1 or krill or green, a different pellet, dead easy.
Yeah.
Just an absolute game changer for us. When fisheries are rightfully,
Yeah.
maximising their own profit by keeping their own pellets, we're also them giving opportunity to
Giving
change
them a boost,
them.
yeah. I mean, so this is cool water. What differences will the cool water be to the standard one?
Yeah, so it's the only one that we have the difference in, and the cool water really, we are just, there's less dye in there and there's less flavour.
Right.
So it's just basically a subtler version.
out.
Yeah, more washed out version,
Yeah.
exactly that, than what the main F1 version is.
Brilliant. No, awesome. Well, thank you very much for talking to us today. And
You're very welcome. Hope you enjoy your day.
Learned loads, and hopefully the viewers can.
Where can you buy this product from?
And obviously, we stock it in Tackle and Baits. Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Right, we're back. So that was really interesting, and what I liked about it, Alex, was actually you from the tackle shop perspective could say, well, that's one of our best sellers. That's one of our best sellers. And you were directing Mark to the different ground baits that that you sell commercially quite a lot on the complex as well. There's another section that I didn't mention because I didn't know how secretive it was. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so a few weeks ago, I think the cat's out of the bag now anyway, that Normark, which are owned by these guys, the same firm, are bringing out the new rods. And their rods are Titans, Avengers and Microlite. So a lot of the anglers that have probably listened to this podcast will remember the old school rods and how good they are, and how they've probably got some in the shed that they don't ever want to part with because they were that good. Well, they've obviously took on board everything, the reasons why they were so popular before. And a few of the guys who were involved with it originally are helping us with the new rods. But obviously the new rods are better. The technology.
Well, it's like talking about these earlier, wasn't it? The technology's amazing.
The blanks are amazing. The eyes are amazing. They're light. They're a real sort of beautiful rod. And they were all there. Not all of them, but the majority of the rods in the range. A few of them weren't quite finished. So for those Normark, Microlite, Titan, Avenger fans, just keep your eyes peeled, because in the not too distant future there'll be some rods available on the market.
I'd keep your eye out January onwards.
Yes, yeah.
We're
hoping that we're going to have a couple of the guys come down, Darryl and Mr. Mitchell himself, to
yeah, we may have a scoop on this, might we?
Yeah.
We may have a podcast special with one of the CEOs called Darryl and a guy who was originally involved. Are we allowed to say this? I can't remember.
I don't know.
We said it now, though.
It's out there.
Yeah, but that will happen probably March, April, May time. But
So, yeah.
yeah, we do have to mention one person, the boy band member.
Oh, Martin
Green. He's a bit
got
like
man flu, isn't he?
He's a bit like Ben Taylor.
Oh, what, non-existent?
MIA. So we drove all the way to Nottingham to see Martin, and then he sick noted us, didn't he, on the way?
Yeah.
Can't make it, lads. I got man flu. So it's all right, Martin. We put a good word in for you with your new colleagues.
Yeah.
You're screwed. So screwed. I actually realised that Greenie obviously owed us some money or something.
Is that what it is?
It must be that. It's got to be money, or he's tight, isn't he?
Maybe he just thought,
He's lived in Scotland that long.
Just can't be dealing with Andy today.
So, yeah, Greenie obviously owes us something. That's why I didn't turn up. But we'll get you next time. Right, yeah, so thank you for that. I'm sure they'll invite us again. Well, they'll probably invite you, but not me. So. But it was good fun going, wasn't it? Right, what should we move on to next? Should we do the Vernatts thing?
Yeah.
And the North and South droves. So a friend of mine sent me a petition. Said, Andy, can you help sign it? I said, I can do better than that, Jim. I'll mention it on this podcast. So there's a petition going round to give anglers access to waters in South Holland. I don't mean Netherlands.
South Holland, meaning Spalding,
Yes.
that sort of area.
And there's a petition. It says, petition Welland and Deepings Internal Drainage Board to remove the ban on fishing on the Vernatts, South and North Droves and counter drains. Basically, back in the day, this was all open access. You could fish them. And then these internal drainage boards, I don't know which one it is, it must be that round, I don't know what it's called. Do you know what it's called?
I'm not sure for that area.
Have banned areas, not allowing fishing. I know lots of pike anglers in the know would just ignored it and have been fishing it, but I think they've been hauled up over the years for doing this. And actually, it's just having access to waters that as taxpayers we pay for. So I'll put a link to the petition in the description. And if guys could go on there and add their support, I think it would be greatly appreciated.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's a good thing as well. Right. Are you sure you've not got OnlyFans page?
I've only got one subscriber.
Who's that?
Andy Wilding.
Maybe Mole has one.
No.
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 I might start one up. What can I do it on?
I don't know.
I could do it on my little Ukrainian neighbours who have started off shagging senseless, waking up in the night. There we go. That's a different story. Maybe I should mention that on the podcast as well. But we've done that. Right. You got a certificate, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
You did. I got a message.
You won something, yeah.
Got a message from Mr. Stephen Goodrum yesterday.
Yeah.
And is that OnlyFans phoning you now?
No. I don't know who that is.
Unknown number. Yeah, so Peter and District have got their own back on you. What did they do?
Got my own back. So, well, we'll probably better start off with setting the sort of Winter League story and going through the
What
whole
are you doing?
day.
I'll eat my cake.
Yeah.
This sounds like it's going to be long.
So obviously we was hoping to report today on round 6 of the Winter League. Obviously last week we had a practice match. This week was the final round. It was tight at the top. Tackle and Baits were leading. Sensors, Hot Rods.
Hold on. Did you get your certificate yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, this is why I'm out of sync.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you got it during the week.
No. Come on, Andy, keep up.
Well, I got sent the message yesterday. I just presumed.
So, basically, yeah, going into the last round, it's close.
They gave it to you in the results.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, sorry.
Come on.
That's why I got it all out of sync.
And
Tell we practice the
this
beforehand.
Yeah, it's all off the cuff. And so
this is nice cake.
It is beautiful cake, yeah. And so we're all ready, prepared for a bit of a battle with the wind as well as the fishing. Got to the draw in the morning and there was going to be a captain's vote on whether we were going to fish or not. For whatever reasons, certain teams voted for, certain teams voted against, and it was decided that the match would be called off. And then the next thing is when's going to be the next round. And I don't know who the hell this is trying to ring me.
They're keen.
Persistent, aren't they?
Maybe they want some cake.
Maybe. And basically, the league finished on Sunday. It stood after... Still ringing. What the hell? And the league finished on Sunday and counted on the 5 rounds. So that meant after 5 rounds, Tackle and Baits were winning the league by 1 point. So that meant they won the league. Sensors Hot Rods were in second with 10 points, a point behind. Just a point, 1 point, Kai. That's all that's needed. And
did he mention something about round 4 in some press release?
Yeah.
Did he?
As you probably tell, the banter in our Winter League is quite cutthroat, to say the least.
I
And
haven't heard anything from Kai Jerome for 3 or 4 seasons now.
Haven't you?
No.
Anyway, so third place was Peterborough.
Is he still at Environment Agency?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. And
Has he got an OnlyFans page?
yeah. And
I so hope he's watching this.
and
I've thrown him off his...
you have. Someone's ringed me about 6 times, and when you don't answer the first time, surely there's...
No, you had a vision in your head, didn't you, of Kai with his OnlyFans page? That's what it was. It could be all sorts of things.
No, thank you. Now you've put an image in my head. And so basically, yeah, the league finished on 5 rounds, and that meant that Dara Tackle and Baits were the league champions for the second year on the trot. Which,
hence the cake.
Being team captain, it doesn't feel like it should do.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels yeah, it doesn't feel, you know, with 1 round to go, anything could have happened. And yeah, okay, we won it, but it doesn't feel like we won it. Shame really, because it like we wanted to fish on Sunday. We wanted to fish. Runners up were Hot Rods with 10. Third was Peterborough. I think they're known as Maver Bait Tech, Vodafone, Muppets, Peterborough.
Yes, mate, you just get more certificates.
Yeah, well, they run out of ink. And they did brilliantly to come third. So it's the first time for those guys to qualify for the Winter League final. So they're...
Have they never been here before?
Well, before, but under the new regime, sort of the last 4 years.
Well, they know what to do. They're good at choke, aren't they?
You never know. They'll put the effort in like they have done all winter.
I think they're gonna.
You know.
You're not giving them loads.
Sorry?
You're being kind to them.
Well, hopefully they carry on using my shop. I can't tell you. You know what I mean? It's winter time. It's winter time, Andy. In the summer, do you know what I mean? But winter time. That's why I am officially recognised as. You know what bum licking gets for you, don't it, Steve Winters? And so I'm officially recognised as the #1 supporter of Peterborough. And, you know, if you can see that there. That was donated at the prize giving with the special Stacey Cup Awards. Yeah, so I had to go up and everyone laughed at me like they have done quite a few times this winter. So, yeah, I took one there.
You have to. I think, what's that there?
I also got a trophy, and from Peterborough and District. I got a cap.
You got a cap?
Yeah, and I also got a new hoodie as well, which I will wear.
It says Alex Bates.
That isn't it? Officially recognised as the #1 supporter of the PDA match.
There's lots of little. What does it say? It says Alex Bates. Hold on, put my goggles on. O.BTMP.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's my hoodie, look. Look, you can see that.
Hold on a minute, let me pull that. Oh, they got you a hoodie as well.
Yeah, it's actually quite good, actually.
Hold on. I'll go back on that camera.
Oh, yeah, that's better, isn't it? Yeah.
So, here we go, look. They've done well. How did they fall?
Well, I pointed out to them that did they want to keep it because it was the only trophy they won this year. Was
Matt Page there?
Yeah.
Was he giving it loads?
No, Matt's not as bad as he was. Poor old Matt's had a bit of a scarring, didn't he, with the seals. But yeah, so thank you very much, Peterborough. It's a privilege to win that award. Love you lots.
Keep buying my maggots.
But just leave that there. Means you've got to look after this trophy.
Yeah, I think we put it on there, mate. Got to find a little space for that.
Yeah. Get rid of the cake, the winner's cake. So yeah, it was a bit of a crap end to the league. I think a lot of anglers probably really look forward to finishing this winter league. It feels like a long winter league, even though you know, it has what it has. There's been some good fishing as always. I mean, we've moaned about the fishing this year. It was nowhere near as good as last year, but last year was a freak year. There's still fish about, it's just very patchy. And I think that's what anglers have sort of, it's ground down on the anglers. The weather's been not too bad really, apart from this Sunday just gone. We haven't had the wind that we normally get.
It's been relatively dry, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. And as always, everyone's fished it in the right manner. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No one's safe from the banter and the...
Do you know what? That's what I really enjoy about your... I always say this to some of my lure fishing buddies, that we have... It's a bit toxic in the lure fishing community, as in it's too small, there's too many opinionated people, and no one can have a laugh.
No.
Very few people can have it. They take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
You lot are really good anglers, and there's lots of you who are really good anglers, yet no one's above taking the piss out of.
Yeah.
Even Nuddy, when he came and sat here, he loved it, didn't he?
Oh yeah, I mean that's...
He got 5 times world champion. If he can take it, anybody can. And he doesn't. He's lovely, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I think even when we had guys, and I don't know who they are, and you've introduced them to me, or I've met them at the shop or something, and the banter just starts, and it's just taken the correct way. And I just think it's really, that's the best way. That's the way to be in life.
At the same time, everyone's really serious and wants to win and compete, and
definitely, yeah.
But you know, it's like everyone takes the mickey out of each other, and everyone takes it well, you know. And if you can't take it well, you're just going to get even more, really, aren't you?
I think it's brilliant. I think it's very healthy.
Yeah.
I think the bigger the catchment of anglers, the more this comes in, and the more healthier it is, and no one's beyond a good bit of piss taking, basically.
Yeah,
it's good. It brings everyone down to earth as well, and then you try harder the next week. But actually, people say well done when you do well.
Yeah,
and that's the flip side of it, isn't it? You've got to have the congratulations. So I missed the presentation yesterday because you did it at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So by 9 o'clock, we was in the pub. It was in Wetherspoons.
So I had actually planned to walk the stretch with my camera and then go to Braza afterwards. And I must have messed what phoned you about. I saw Gav's post and I thought, hold on a minute, it's been cancelled. Alex, when you do the presentation, we've already done it. So that was my plan for this podcast.
You're still snoring when we was doing that.
I wasn't, mate, because I've been kept awake all night by my new next door neighbours. Hence, the hidden camera and the OnlyFans page for Epsom, along with other people we know. Anyway, I keep digressing. My brain's gone.
You lost, didn't you? Yeah. You're absolutely lost.
So, notable performances. Who won the Stacey Cup?
So, obviously, team ethic, team side, Dara Tackling Baits first, second, Census Hot Rods, third, Maver Bait Tech, Vodafone, Peterborough, Muppets. Fourth, so top three qualified for the final, which is in February, so well done to those teams. Fourth was Stanjay Gold. Fifth was Matrix Image. Sixth was Tackle and Bait Select. So it's their first time fishing the league, and coming 6 out of, I know it sounds pretty like 6 out of 8's rubbish, but against those teams, and having never fished, a lot of them never fished the venues before.
You have nicked the best anglers.
No, I haven't.
You can nick the best cake maker.
Well, that's not, I'm not stupid as I look, am I? And, from having proper meetings in the week and listening to anglers, they've had some good sort of individual performances. And
so with your second team, for want of a better word, do you all go to the team meeting?
So, because a lot of the first team live so far away, it's hard for them to get to a midweek meeting. But normally me and Pricey have been to pretty much every Wednesday meeting, apart from when I've been on holiday. And it's good. You go through the sections and the lads have picked up loads of information.
Well, that is good. You could do it online. Ever thought of that?
We do. Our first team has one online, but it's not the same. These lads are all local. We all go to sit in a cafe at the fishery on a Wednesday, and we have good chat, and we talk about sections and rigs and compare stuff, and actually physically looking at stuff as well, ground bait mixes and all the finer details, which is brilliant. So well done to all those guys, and hopefully they'll fish again next year. So well done for coming 6th, and well done for Jeff for sort of being the organiser and doing that. 7th was Mark 1 White, and 8th was Mark 1 Black. So, Mark 1 White, Mark 1 Black, fished the league for years.
I was going to say, they're one of the stalwarts of the league.
They are, yeah. And, to beat those guys is an achievement.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. They weren't that far away on quite a few of the rounds from breaking into that mould, do you know what I mean? So that was good. So, I'm sure there'll be perhaps some new anglers next year, and the anglers might lose a few and gain a few.
Well, that's the other side, isn't it? It's about bringing youngsters through as well.
It is, yeah.
Sort of like, 20, 30-year-olds who are new to it.
Yeah.
And promoting that side.
Yeah, a few of the lads that have fished this year are generally commercial anglers and have done that, but they've come over and done a little bit of the natural venues, but they've come over to the natural venues, and some of them have drawn bung holes, but yeah.
Oh, that is good.
No mention Steve Baker. I think he has completed the set, honestly, at March. He's drawn every flyer going, bless him. He's buzzing.
There's a bit of a bitterness to you there.
No, it's brilliant to see.
Talking about March, Rob Harrison has offered to give me a whip.
Yeah.
Moley has offered to take me out for practice.
Yeah.
But nobody else has done a rig for me. This is disgraceful. And I now know why.
Why?
Scared.
What, that you'll beat him?
Yeah. So it's the March Open. There's Christmas Open on Sunday.
Well, all I'm going to say is that whip that Rob Hewson's going to lend you, he lent me it. I went to the Y with it and caught absolutely just shy of nothing on the Y. Drew my
You were shit.
shite. And then on the Sunday, I still had it in my bag and I blanked at Bennett. So good luck with that one. That's all I'm going to say.
So I'm going down to Alex's shop on Saturday. George has now had the good news that I'm stealing all of his gear. We broke the news to him last Saturday, didn't we?
Yeah.
His mum's going to come down and help, he tells me.
When?
Saturday.
Is
She's
she?
filming, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So that'd be good. Get George's mum involved. Yeah. Does George watch the podcast?
Sometimes.
Oh, good.
Love you, George.
Yeah, so then Sunday's down on the Open, and then is it going to be sections of 10?
I would say so.
There'd be some anglers absolutely crapping themselves now if they draw the same sections.
Oh, I'd love you to beat some anglers.
Because I should come 10th easily in my section.
I think you will come 10th.
I think I will, but
you never know.
You never know. I could just pick one person. I promise.
Imagine if you draw next to Sir Bob outside here.
If I beat one person, their face is going to keep flicking up. Remember last year with all the Spudnies? I'm going to get that person for the rest of this season's podcast. I just need to be by half an ounce would be a great way.
Well, yeah.
If I could do somebody by half an ounce and come ninth in my section. I saw Spolt in Tesco's. He gave me a few tips.
Did he?
Yeah.
Feed more squats.
I can't tell you what it was. I got some tips off the Eelmaster.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, we got him. He's going to come on a podcast.
Is he?
I don't know what to say. I've said it all.
He'll go.
Yeah, he was happy, wasn't he? But we'll get him on. That'd be good. Yeah. So I now know why the podcast community haven't sent any rigs in at all. It's because you're shit scared boys, aren't you? Yeah. That someone's going to get it on Sunday in front of the cameras.
I'll tell you, I'd love you to sit next to Gavin Wright. I know I mention him every week. I'd love you to beat him. That'd be brilliant.
The best bit is, if they start trying to give me banter, I won't have a clue what they're talking about.
What do you mean?
It won't work.
What do you mean?
So if I'm not used to people trying to speak to me in comps.
What, you mean you don't walk into town and they go, oh, hello, Andy, I love your podcast.
So I'll think they're talking to the guy on the other side.
Oh,
so
right,
it'd be
yeah,
like
yeah.
lost on me as well. So there's psychologically, it's win-win, isn't it? Because they... So what sections do I need to avoid?
Wow.
The allotments, what? Is that allotments? No, just down from the bypass, that one.
I think the only ones that will be a bit tough will be basically from past the scout hut to the bypass bridge will be a bit tough. I don't think you'll...
So I need to avoid those. So cheesy. Make sure you give me the right peg, mate.
Yeah. But beginner's luck, so you'll probably be behind the swimming pool.
Can you imagine that? Fishing to hand.
There'll be you, Charlie Gooch, Gav Butler, Andy Wilding, Mark Pollard. I can tell you the names that'll be there now. Danny will probably be there. He's due a flyer. You'll have no chance, honestly, because every draw bag, Steve Baker will be there as well, obviously. We'll be there. Yeah.
You know you're going to get a phone call. I go, Alex, I've drawn so-and-so peg, what do I do? Wait, right, my van, I've run out of MOT in my van. So it doesn't go in till Monday. So Alex is my dad on Sunday. I'll have all my gear in his van. He's got to take me to my peg.
Yeah, you just can see it now, can't you? Me dropping you off behind the swimming pool. Oh, where have you drawn, Alex? Oh, I'm 4 below the bypass for the 5th time this year. How have you got on, Alex? I've had £3.8, second in my section. The bridge peg beat me again. Oh, well done. What have you had, Andy? Well, I was last with £18. Oh, lovely. Well done. You can see it now, can't you?
Yeah. I've just got to beat one person. Can you imagine? It'd be awesome. I should get stuffed royally by everybody.
You should do.
Should do, yeah. But we'll see. What, you never know. I might have a fluke of perch. Oh, yeah. No. Right. I don't know if we're going to get any results from the other guys.
Right. Most of their leagues are finished, I think.
because I have no idea. So if we do, we'll drop them in now.
Hi there, so I'm back to the last report for the Upper Thames Winter League. It's a new one for this year. We're on the Gloucester Canal. It was a reserve venue. We had the second round called off, so on it went. And actually, it fished really well. Remember, this is the week sort of after the last storm and before this Dara, so it was fairly nice up there. It was mild, really warm, not really particularly windy, and it fished really well. The canal spread around a bit where, if people know the Gloucester, I'm sure they do, it was drawn between like Hempstead, there's some at Sims, Ree, and some down at Pilot. Winning on the day from down at Pilot on 235 was Dave Micklewhite. You've heard his name a few times this winter. Dave had 1611 from peg 234, just past the Tanker Bay at Pilot apparently. Dave's caught close in first of all. He said to be at the pub at the end. He dumped a load of worm, like half a kilo at 13 metres, left it there. And he's been fortunate enough to have 4 bream on it. So well done, Dave. He's well ahead from the rest. He had 1611. Second was our own captain and league organiser, Simon Hebditch, who got absolutely battered, chip shocked both sides last week. But this week he's pulled it back, comes second in the match. So well done, mate. Ditch has been on 25 at Sims. He's on 1111. Caught 5 metres at Pinky, Roach, the odd little pommy, and Dead Reds at 11. He's included a pound rudd in that lot, which you don't really see too often on the Gloucester. So well done, mate. Do well there. Third place, another Garblino Blackmore Vale man, Buzzer, the tackle dealer who brings all our bait. Well done, Buzz. Thanks for that over the series. Mike's been on where's he been? Sims 15, and he's weighed in £10.48. He's had skimmers and roach throughout on pinkies, and he's caught a £3 or £2.5, £3 bream last chuck. So well done, Mike. Good time in there. Third place. Fourth, Ian Pawley, an old Division 1 national winner, for a good friend of mine, Ian. He's been down at where's he been to? He's been down at Hempstead, peg 31. Ian's had £9.6. He's had a bream, he's had some skimmers. He told me sort of everybody was sort of thinking of getting a blank up there because it hadn't fished particularly well. But the feeder had three perch first 3 chucks, so yeah, it obviously fished better than we all thought. Ian's had £9.6. Rich Hoskins was in the same section, peg 25. Daiwa Gorn League. Sorry, Ian was from Thatcher's, obviously. Rich Hoskins, Daiwa Gorn League. He's had £8.4. I'd imagine he's had. I never spoke to Rich afterwards, but he's had skimmers. I'd have thought Roach. And Andy Ottaway, another one you've heard of a few times. I think it's 4th frame place, though we only pay 4 in our league. But he was 6 on £7.14. He was at Sims 19. So going through to the league, the final one, it was quite close into the last match. Anybody possibly could have won it, but Gordon League won the round. They tied with Thatcher's on 31 points. Gordon League won the round with 3 section wins to Thatcher's 2. Second place is my lot, Garblino Blackmore Vale. We had 25 points. And in 4th place was a team that could have gone to the final. Census Devices, they had 19. And then last week's winners, so that's how mad our league is, Talisman, who won the canal at KNA, they come last with 13. So the league, how it sits on the end, who's going to the Neen. So Thatcher's won it with 13, Daiwa Gorn League with 14. That's despite coming last on the Thames on the first round, so well done to them. Devices on 17, Census Devices 17, Garblino Blackmore Vale on 22, my lot, and then Matrix Talisman bringing up the rear. You could say the strongest team because they've holding everybody else up. They had 24 points. Top individual on the league. I know Alex has a cut for that. I don't think we do that, but the top individual was Lee Trivett, my pairs partner on the canal pairs every year. Lee's had shown his consistency, having 25 points. Actually, the top 3 were all Thatchers. Martin Barrett had 24, and then Andy Ottaway, that man again, 23. So they've had a fairly sort of small, league. Squad. And most of them are fish, to be honest, so well done to them. They're going up to the league. So all I can say really is thanks for letting me have have you on during the winter, Andy. It's been really good. Yeah, apart from the football this week, we won't mention that at all. We never don't like Chelsea, so it was a shame we lost to them. But there we go. Thanks to Ditch for running the league, all the Peggers outers, yeah, it's been well good. I think there's going to be another league in next year, another team in next year. There's talk of, so that'll be good. Lobbies are back. Let's hope that happens. We voted the Gloucester Canal in the next year's venues are sorted already. So the Gloucester Canal, because it fished well, is in again. So that'll please a few people, despite being 2 hours drive for me in the morning. But there you go. So yeah, so ta-ta for now. And one more thing, Spurs are still in 3 cups, aren't they? We're in the League Cup, the FA Cup, and the European Europa. So essentially, we could be on for a treble. So let's hold that, Andy, and see what happens at the end of the season. Thanks so much, guys, and ta-ta for now.
Good afternoon, you lovely people. Hope you're all well and catching plenty. I've got the results here from the final 2 rounds of the Avon Valley Winter League. We're going to start off with round 5, which was held at Gold Valley on Main Gold and Syndicate. Individually on the day, it was a continental payout. Middle Lake produced the top rod on the day, which was Phil Rogers with £40 15 ounces Alan Marine's Blue Angler. Second on the day was Craig Meadows from Main Gold with £36 8 Dread and Borden Angler. Third, back to middle, obviously £33 9 Paul Lamb of Dalcac. And then fourth on the day was Adam Lee, Dread and Borden, 35.10. Quite tight on the day. First on the day, Dorkin came out leaders with 51. Second was Dread and Borden with 48. And then third, Preston Dalcac with 42. So the good thing was for those top 3 teams, they qualified for the final with 1 round to spare, which we now go on to, which was on the Way Nav at Tannery sections, 3 sections at Tannery, and the remaining 5 sections were from Parvis down through above White Hart, down through below to above Cox's Lock. So top angler on the day was Simon Drew with £9 11. He was drawn at White Hart, I believe. Let me just check that. Yeah, White Hart. He's had sort of 3 bream. Second was Alex Clements, Dorkin with 9-1. He's included, dare I say, a bit of a snake. Gives me nightmares just saying it. A £3.5 deal, which in anyone's book is a quality fish. So well done, Alex. So Alex was second with £9 112. Third was Charlie Valander, £8. He was drawn at Tannery, B section B8, just opposite the factory there. And then fourth was Lowell Breach, Allen's Marine Red. He was 1 below the footbridge at Tannery. So results on the day, again, very tight to be expected. Dorkin coming out on top again with 45. Second, Dalcac with 42. And third, Dread and Borden with 41. So the overall league, or the final league, looks very, very tight. In third place, Dalcac with 14. Dorkin was second with 13. And champions of the Avon Valley for the 2nd year running was Dread and Borden on 12. So well done to all those top 3 teams there who go through to the final on the Fens and Decoy. Just to recap on the rest of the league there, Tackle Up ended up 4th with 24, Apollo 32, Alan Marine's Blue on 38, Borden Angling Centre on 40, and Alan Marine's Red on 43. Just want to take this opportunity and thank Ian Snook. After 40 odd years, he decided to hang his organising cap up and pass the reins to Nick Jones. Any teams that's looking to form a team or give their try on the actual league, please contact Nick. We're looking for teams, minimum teams of 8 for next year. So, but thank you so much for Ian Snook for all your hard work and dedication over the last 40 years. You certainly have deserved your retirement, and wishing you all the best from all the league. Again, thank you so much. I want to take this opportunity and wish everyone a happy Christmas from Borden Angling Centre, Tight Lines, and all the best for the new year.
I have no idea how we're going to carry this bit on. We just have to pretend we haven't had anything.
Well, maybe we did, maybe we didn't. So we can't say thank you, or can we say thank you?
Well, yes, so we haven't... This is actually Monday afternoon, and we're making up as we go along, as we always do. So we're kind of working out what we're going to say about the results from the other guys. So I don't know what's going to be sent to us. But I'll tell you what has been a roaring success, Martin Earlham. There have been more petitions for the drainage boards. There's a petition that he is a regular on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, I've ignored it, obviously, because you can't afford him. Did you notice he was on holiday?
Or I think what they said was they need to give him some sunglasses so his missus can't see who he's looking at on holiday.
Oh, but that was funny.
Yeah.
And apparently he got the squits as well. Which, someone made a comment, he was ill on holiday as well.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. So, hopefully he's returned and been fishing. So, that'd be good. Right, is there anything else we need to mention? Seems like we've whizzed through everything.
I think we've gone quite pacily through everything, yeah, because...
Oh, local results.
Yeah.
Wind.
Well, there ain't any, that's the problem.
I've got one.
Yeah. What, from Sunday?
No, from Wednesday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it was from a Derek, Spilsby AA.
Wingfleet, yeah.
It was Wednesday the 4th of December. Let me have a look here. First was Kev Wilson with £7.15. Second was Alec Rawlings with £5.9.5. Third was Dave Ashmore with £5.7. And fourth was Derek himself with £4.12.5. So, they're still catching. Is that on Wainfleet?
Wingfleet, yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. So, did we have any midweek matches locally?
No. Well, they did, but I think like £1 won it. Maybe £2 if you were lucky.
Where was that?
So the Tuesday Club went to Raveley and caught just shy of Ethel.
Wow.
Then Wednesday, obviously the Ramsey boys go every Wednesday. It's the same sort of 5 or 6. Ivan, David, Keith, the same sort of 5 or 6 go every week, and they're still fishing all right. But once you start getting past peg 6, it's terrible. There is no other matches, Andy. The Saturday crew got called off, so nothing to report there. Holbeach have finished from now, and obviously East Midlands Winter League Round 6 was called off as well. So, pretty pants. Week before there was obviously the practice match, which was our round 2 organised, which was awkward because there is no fish anywhere, Andy.
Should we talk about that in the next podcast?
Well, the fact there's no fish.
Yeah, because
I think we're talking about it all year, haven't we? It's
I think we can't go on about it too much today.
Yeah.
But Alex you went down to Bennett, didn't you?
Yeah, Bennett.
Jeff
went to Cockbank.
These
Jeff
guys
went
are good.
Beggars.
I've seen.
You
take your whips out, don't you? And
And
loads of you try different places to try and see if there's any fish there. And Bennett was quite alarming, wasn't it?
It's very worrying and
Yeah.
alarming. Yeah.
You basically didn't catch a single fish on the A1, A2.
No, nothing. That's why we didn't use it.
Yeah.
And from basically what would be -2, if you like, from there all the way round to the left in the free bit was absolutely rigid with fish.
And it's the same in lots of other places around the area, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fish are stacked into little spots, and the only thing we can think of is that cormorants have pushed them in.
Cormorants and everything else, yeah.
And the predation has pushed them in, and they are going to get whittled down to nothing.
Yeah.
And this is the problem. I've been out on my boat having a good old scout around, and I have probably found 3 incredibly small pods of bait fish, what I'd call silvers. Mm-hmm. The rest are bream. And I've been out 3 times, and I have done miles upon miles and miles, scanning with my forward-facing sonar. Nothing can hide from that tech. You see everything. Obviously, you need experience and skill and knowledge to interpret what you see.
Have you got that experience, skill and knowledge?
No, don't know what I'm doing now. But some sections are I went down all the way down the 20 foot, devoid. What is going on? It is devoid. There is nothing there.
Or even cormorant there, so you know there's no fish.
Yeah, there's no fish there. I can hand them up. Well, there might be the odd stickleback and stuff shoved in the side.
It doesn't matter, Andy, because you can't see the fish, so no one cares about them.
No, and if any, there might be the odd predator stuck in the weed on the bottom that I won't be able to pick up. But the bait fish you can see so easily. There is nothing there. But you're right, Al, because people can't see into the water, they think it's okay. Went all the way down Laddish Drove, empty. Old course of the knee, empty.
Until you get into the town.
Yeah, until you get into the town. That is scary. There are miles upon miles upon miles. Nothing went down. Old Pophams, 1 little pod of bream, which are there sometimes in the winter. But I went down there the second time, gone. It's like, wow, what is going on? So I'll keep looking, but we have got a major problem coming because the cormorants, I think it's mainly cormorants with the silverfish.
Yeah.
They've hammered them so much they now know that these fish have got to hide, and they must be getting picked off as they do the migration. They're going to get nailed. It's kind of, they've got to run the gauntlet, and it's okay the EA doing surveys on marina entrances and marina mouths because they know they're going to get hits there for their surveys. They need to survey the rest of the drains, and they'll find it's totally devoid, which is really sad, down to overpredation. Right, we'll save that for another day. I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just remind everybody about the rod and reel combo, because we haven't got many sets, and once they start going out, that will be it. So get in touch with Alex about that. Jeff Tuttleby, you absolute legend for that cake. I think I'm going to have to... You're going to have to leave me some more before you go.
Well, yeah, I think we can do that. There's plenty there.
It's lovely, yeah. Don't forget the drainage board petition. I'll link in the description. And I've just looked at the dates. After this podcast, the next date on the Wednesday is Christmas Day. So
I might have to have the Christmas special next week. Or nearer to Christmas.
we will conjure something. I can still schedule it for Christmas Day. We'll see what happens. There'll be another one coming out, I would say, on Christmas Day or
If
just
you
after.
really were looking forward to a podcast coming out on Christmas Day, then...
Might be better to do it on Boxing Day. Yes. That's what we'll do. The next one will come out on Boxing Day because I'm sure everyone's got better things to do on Christmas Day than listen to us two drivel on about a load of cake. And OnlyFans.
You're the only fans. You're the only one going on about it.
Oh, my brain's gone. I'm going to get in touch with John Price after this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go, Bagpuss. We need to have a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we better go.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. And that cake was beautiful. Thank you, Kai.